Pope Francis have announced one world religion. What role will the United Nations play in the Great Reset and the New World Order? What does global governance with teeth mean in prophecy? Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Media. This is an important prophecy alert. Hope you can share and like this video.
Because every religion is a way to arrive at God. Because every religion is a way to arrive at God.
Upon following the Pope's One World Religion proclamation, the United Nations endorsed a pact for the future, a blueprint Sunday, and the body's leader said, it must be more than talk. September 20, 2024, the UN General Assembly approved a blueprint Sunday to bring the world's increasing divided nations together to tackle 21st century challenges, from climate change and artificial intelligence to escalating conflicts and increasing inequality and poverty.
All right, now the UN General Assembly has given a thumbs up to a blueprint that's to bring the world's increasingly divided countries together to tackle 21st century challenges.
I am confident we can build a new multipolar global order with new opportunities for leadership and with balance and justice in international relations. I am confident we can build a new multipolar global order.
On the positive side from the old order to bring into a new world order, and how can we avoid that new world order becomes like a jungle growing back, and we rather have an order based on international law and the principles that have brought us prosperity.
This blueprint, dear friends, is moving towards global governance, which will have an international system, which will have international laws. This blueprint will lay the foundation for a mandatory day of rest as they tackle climate crisis, laws for Climate Sunday. This blueprint pact is signed by 193 nations. September 22, 2024, world leaders today adopted a pact for the future that includes a global digital compact and a declaration on future generations. Why GDC, dear friends? Why Global Digital Compact? This includes commitments by world leaders to connect all people, schools, and hospitals to the internet, anchor digital cooperation in human rights and international law. This is also the first global commitment to data governance. They want everyone to go mobile. For those who study prophecy, those who do not have the mark of the beast cannot buy or sell. If you don't meet them, you cannot buy or sell. They will roll out their various requirements. And if you do not meet them, you cannot travel. You cannot transact. You aren't mobile. You are cut off from society. But first, they must need to connect all systems to the digital grid. Can you imagine walking to your trusty bank and all of a sudden your account had been frozen? Cards are suspended and you cannot travel. Buying and selling is prohibited on your account, and they can put a finger on your account and have total control of your transaction.
Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, the future is built by us. By a powerful community. The future is built by us. The future is built by us.
That's WEF. And what did they call the summit now, September 2024? Summit for the Future, Pact for the Future. Pact means to unite. And it's the Pope's rhetoric. They are just echoing what the Pope said. Cardinal Peter Turkson says, Pope Francis asks us to prepare the future, not prepare for the future. As Laudato Si reminds us, it's time for a deep and global conversion. For the UN for like 50 years, but 2 years ago, they made an ascension of the Vatican to the UN, a fulfillment also of Revelation 18:7. For she says in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I'm no widow, and will not see sorrow. A widow is a wife that lost a husband, but when popery says, I am now a queen, I am no widow. That means she regains her husband, but through prophetic lens based on prophecy. Popery, she regains her kings. She regains her husband, the state leaders of all nations. Why? She lost her power February 19, 1798. The prophetic wound of Revelation 13, verse 3. Dear friends, this is the reason why Pope Francis wants to give the United Nations real teeth. Pope Francis calls for giving United Nations organization real teeth. Daniel 7 verse 19. Then I wanted to know the true meaning of the fourth beast, the one so different from the others and so terrifying. It had devoured and crushed its victims with iron teeth. And what does the fourth beast dragon symbolize in Daniel 7? Rome. Dear friends, God's blueprint is the sanctuary. God called Moses to position the furnitures of the sanctuary according to the plan of salvation. The altar of sacrifice here, the laver here, table of showbread, altar of incense, 7-branch candlestick, and the ark of the covenant. The Hebrew sanctuary is God's GPS, God's plan of salvation. In the courtyard, Ezekiel 40 verse 17, is where lambs are slain. In the altar of sacrifice, and after 3 days in the tomb, Jesus resurrected with a purified body represents the purification in the laver. In the courtyard, Jesus is the Lamb that died for us. After resurrection, Jesus ascended in the holy place. Hebrews 9 verse 12, but by His own blood He entered in once into the holy place. In the holy place, Jesus is the priest that intercedes for us. And the Ark of the Covenant represents the final stage where the judgment ceremony, the Day of Atonement, is performed. The final cleansing of the people in the sanctuary, Leviticus 16 verse 16. We are living in the anti-typical Day of Atonement, as Paul says in Hebrews 8 and chapter 9. In the most holy place, Jesus is our judge. Then the second coming takes place. The Bible is very clear that when Jesus comes back, His feet never touch the ground. It says the righteous will be caught up to meet Him in the air. 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 17. Then Jesus and the saved spends 1,000 years in heaven. Revelation 20 verse 6. Now when we study Bible prophecy, we recognize that there are two Jerusalems. One Jerusalem on earth and one in heaven. Revelation chapter 21 talks about the New Jerusalem. And at the end of the 1,000 years, you read about in Revelation chapter 20, it speaks about the New Jerusalem coming down from God out of heaven. And that time, the New Jerusalem comes to rest at His feet, meaning Jesus' feet with the holy city will descend upon the Mount of Olives. Then God's temple in heaven was open, and within this temple was seen the Ark of the Covenant. Let us not forget that Satan is a defeated toothless lion, a counterfeiter. Worship Jesus and shun the beast. Is this your decision today? Kindly type our decisions today. I live by the Word of God. Thank you, dear friends. Kindly share this prophetic update to all and continue to surrender to the truth found in Bible prophecy.